I am just thinking everything better go right. We better not run into anyone who already knows about this plan that might say something. It better work right. There needs to be enough lighting. I'm just like going through everything to make sure that the surprise.
That was going on in your head?
Yes. And I went in there and I met Tyler Harris, and he was the manager there at the time in the Lake Oswego location, and he was just able to give a full breakdown of healthy food options and everything that they offer for me and for Lamar. Now she is about to age out of the ages that With Love serves, so we're working on her last delivery.
Oh yeah.
She actually just got adopted.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we get to pack up all her stuff and get her all set, situated.
For her final delivery.
Ryan Slider is the owner of SS Visual Works. He is elite in his profession, in his field, not just here in our area, but across the country. And he's got videos that have gone worldwide. And over the last few years, we've been able to forge more of a friendship and just be able to talk more. And as I learn more about him, I just love the guy. I just love not only, again, what he's given to those athletes, but the role he's trying to pave for other young kids in his professions.
SS Visual Works obviously is the name of my production company, and a lot of people had their theories and guessing about it, but it's named after my son Samir, and so he can always have that. so that's the simple part of it, is it's named after him.
Every summer in Portland, there's the Pro-Am. It's held over at Park Rose High School right now, where Donnell Morgan, executive director of Elevate Oregon, is the head basketball coach. And there was a legendary summer day this past summer where Peyton Pritchard, hometown hero, scored 92 points in a Pro-Am game. And he's playing against another hometown hero, Mike James, and Mike scores 63. And Ryan was the main person there capturing all this on video, and his video went viral. So I had to ask him about that.
It was wild. I mean, no one really could see that happen. I didn't think that would happen. I kind of knew Peyton was going to shoot a lot. He mentioned he was. I mean, it was crazy. It was a crazy atmosphere, and I knew about halfway through this was going to be something that was crazy, because a couple of people had already hit me from ESPN. When I looked down, Bleacher Report, my phone was starting to blow up.
Wait, while the game was going on?
While the game was going on, because people got word of it. You know, I usually take my time to do certain things, but after that game, I put stuff together. People wanted to talk. I was like, I'll see y'all later.
Sly, this is the spot where it got started for you, right? This one of the spots?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, right here, this gym, this crowd, this place was packed. It was one of the first games I did in terms of covering film-wise, and from there, everything just kind of fell into place. The crowd was at, people I don't even know were like, man, you got to come back. We love having you. The principal, the AD that was here at the time, and of course Coach Cho said, man, I think we play better when you're around.
Well, you got the camera.
Right. And the local community, the kids that are here, the kids that didn't necessarily get a lot of exposure or attention, that's what really drove me and drove this business. And then growing it further, the whole situation of becoming successful and giving back was something that was always important to me. We actually take on 1 to 2 interns per year. Because of the level or size of our company, we try not to do more than that, because we want to be able to provide adequate mentorship and time. And so we've had several that have all been successful in their own way. Some grow faster than others, and you'll talk to Hunter soon, and he's an example of somebody that just came in and was so passionate about everything. He learned everything so fast, and I was able to just kind of say, hey man, if you need me, yeah, but you got this. Mm-hmm. And so that's a fun part of doing what I do.
Now Hunter, you mentioned him, he's like a star in this industry, right? Like he's ahead of schedule.
Yeah, he's way ahead of schedule. Like I said, he asked a lot of questions early on, but he just went with it, and his level of creativity and technological wherewithal was way ahead of most kids. And it was, quite frankly, it was on my level and above that in some ways. He really blossomed. A lot of his peers just, they really gravitate towards him because he's young, he's very talented. And so
the element of Ryan's business that I really wanted to cover today and just spend some time on is the internship program, the next person up. So today I'm meeting Hunter, who is like the young protege.
I'm trying to learn. Like I wouldn't say I'm a professional yet. I still have a lot more time to go. But I just want to be the best at what I do, and I just love doing it so much to the point where it's like in me that I have to do it every day.
How do you go from just a couple years ago, like picking this up, to all of a sudden wanting to be the best? Like, is there something deeper that drives you? Is there something you're wanting to do with this?
I mean,
like,
I want to make
picture?
this my full-time business.
Okay.
Like, I want to make this industry, like Newton Flicks, I want to make that my full-time gig, you know? It's obviously going to take a lot to get there, but I'm willing to put in the work to get there because, you know, I always have been looking for a passion, you know? And that's been one of my biggest stresses throughout high school. I didn't really know what I was good at. And so when I first picked up the camera, I wanted to tell a story, you know?
I heard you say the word passion, and you were trying to find that. And I know in talking to Ryan and what he's doing through SS Visual Works, he's seeking kids like you who have passion, who he could be helpful to. How helpful has he been to you in your process, whether it's discovering this passion or just amplifying it?
I mean, he's been an incredible mentor to me. You know, if it wasn't for him, to be honest, I wouldn't have probably picked up videoing, to be honest. I was going to high school when, you know, like he first started, and I was a big fan of his work, you know, always looking at his videos like, those are sick. I DM'd Slider, you know, he hit me up. I was literally sitting at my 9-to-5 job when he texted me on Instagram, and he was like, hey, I'm shooting a game in Lake Oswego tonight, you wanna come? Like, and I was kind of nervous, to be honest. And I remember driving, man, how am I gonna do this? He's gonna like hate my film, like my film's gonna be terrible, like.
Because his stuff is big time.
Yeah, his stuff is big. Yeah, I knew he was a big impact in the sports industry, and I'm just like some kid that, you know, like, why me? That's really took off my career so far. It's just been really great, you know, and Slider has helped tremendously, giving me that foundation of, you know, being able to get into sporting events. You know, I've gotten gigs from Slider because he can't do it, and then they see my work and they're like, oh wow, like this guy can do it, you know, he can actually do it when Slider's not available, and then people start reaching out to me, you know, building that relationship.
We're getting closer to our home build being done, and that reminded us, like, we need to get over to HomePlate, because we had reached out to them a while ago and played a little phone tag, and then we were able to connect with Marie and finally get a chance to go over there and see what HomePlate Youth Services is all about, what they do, meet the leadership team, and just really find out, where's our money going? Where are the proceeds of this home sale going to?
Hello!
Hello! It's so nice to meet you guys.
So nice to meet you too.
Yes, it's
Hey, good to see you. All right.
Bethany.
Hi, Bethany. All right.
Hi, nice to meet you.
We're excited to be here.
Thanks for coming.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
So we'll do a little bit of the day space and
Okay.
introduce you to how youth used to interact, will interact, and then we'll move into the future. So,
right.
yeah.
All right.
When we walked through the house, it was a house
It was
that
a
had
house.
been converted into this nonprofit.
This is our resource room, so all the donations come to us in bags like this, and we have an amazing set of volunteers that sort through everything.
Yeah.
And we have to wash everything before we put it on racks. Kind of like a little retail store.
Yeah.
We're creating our little inventory. Intel is actually helping us with inventory, like an actual scan barcode.
Well, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
So, as you're talking, there's a young man in the back.
Right.
Doesn't appear to be older than a teenager.
Yeah.
They just come in by themselves
Yeah.
and connect with one of your
Yeah, they're
team
they're
members.
welcomed like any family member, right? So if they're a new youth, we'll try to find out a little bit about them, but we're not big on the like you have to fill out this paperwork. Like we basically try to have a conversation, we get all the information we can, and then we record it on our side. Like this is a
Okay.
17-year-old, he has a car, he's, you know, didn't want to say much about his family. He's looking for just clothing today.
Yeah.
We don't push for more. A lot of the services that are requested are like help with finding an ID, help with finding getting their birth certificate copy.
For SNAP benefits.
Yep.
Wow,
Yeah. Getting the honor pass for the TriMat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Basic things that you would think that someone that age would have help with from an adult or
Exactly.
someone,
Right.
and then if they don't, it's like, how am I supposed to navigate through
Exactly.
getting through life? Yeah, it was awesome to go there and see how many different avenues they are able to assist youth in the Beaverton area. And just the statistics they gave, when we first got there, there was a youth in the back that needed to take a shower and have his shoes dried. And so they were just able to provide that.
We're walking through the office that they have, knowing that right next door, there's a new building that they have under construction that we're gonna get to in a second. But first, it's about meeting the team, seeing what they're about.
Kind of what in the house, what would be like the dining room is where everyone was hanging out. And they all have their computers out, working away.
This is where the music is playing. We saw a dance party from outside. Yes.
You gotta wake up on Mondays, you know?
Yeah. Literally the manager of all of this. Like, she makes all of this run.
Yes.
The showers, the laundry, the donations, the research room, the food, like she's at Costco for us. She's at Tech and
How do you do all that?
Yeah.
How do I do it? You know, just, I don't know. You know, I think like the biggest motivator is the youth. And so any stress or anything that comes along with it is like worth it to me. So, you know, this is like a part of our home plate and what we offer, because we also have Hillsborough location, and then hopefully, depending on COVID, we'll be able to reopen our Aloha location as well in a couple months.
We got a chance to meet members of the team, and of course, the one that stuck out right away, my man Austin.
Had a Blazer
Austin
jersey
had on the
he
Blazer
was
jersey.
ready.
I'm trying to advocate people saying whenever he goes to the alley or just put someone on a poster say bounce in the house. So bounce in the house. Bounce in the house.
Bounce in the house?
Bounce in the house.
Okay.
I think that's a good one. You should use that.
So I can use that?
I'm like, buddy, that was the thing.
I'm gonna take that on a road trip with me. Bounce in the house.
I'm gonna watch the games now. I'm
Okay, I'm gonna say straight from home plate. Straight from home plate. I like this group. I like this group.
When we went outside, we were really able to get down to the nitty-gritty of what HomePlate is all about.
So I'm the volunteer coordinator here, so I do more of helping our volunteers and helping what do they need to come to HomePlate and really contribute. But we have outreach support that we go out, we do street outreach every day, and that's where I started. And sometimes you're hanging out at the transit centers and helping folks out. Sometimes you're helping connect folks with local resources. We do a lot of work with vaccination drives, helping folks into warm weather clinics. A lot of the stuff that you would normally help out your friends with, right?
Yeah.
You call a friend and be like, hey, what do you know about this? Like, where do I go to get like a vaccine? Where do I go to do this? We do a lot of that in our day-to-day. And then our drop-in center is where our youth come to after we kind of connect with them on outreach and build that relationship and build that trust. We try to turn folks into coming into the outreach center, the drop-in center, to get some of their supplies, resources, needs met, and sometimes just to hang out.
Joe mentioned like outreach department, you know, they really focus on like getting youth their IDs, their birth certificate, their social security. And being someone who was on the outreach team, I learned that like, you know, it's so difficult for youth when they don't have that support or a role model that can help guide them in the transition. So we try to instill at HomePlate is that it's a fun environment, it's not an institution per se, and it's like your home. And so for me, being the drop-in coordinator, that is like my biggest motivator, and like my goal is for this to feel like a home.
HomePlate started in 2005, is that correct? Do you know about how many youth you guys have served?
A non-pandemic year, I would say, is closer into the closer to 5,000. No.
Yeah.
5,000 in 1 year?
One year.
So you have the new facility. Beyond that, what do you need? What does it take to get this, keep it going, and take it to the next level?
I think for me, volunteers. I think as COVID is we're getting a handle on how to kind of open up after COVID, volunteers are going to be our biggest need. Everything that we have volunteers help power. And our outreach workers, for every outreach worker, we need multiple volunteers to go with them, to help them go be safe and go out and reach as many people as they can. Our drop-in centers, we need volunteers to come in, work with youth, build that relationship. And so we have a lot of different needs. Dinner groups are another one that we're really focusing on bringing back, is dinner groups and programming to make it so it's fun for youth to come in. Help with some of the things that we need to do, like serve dinner, clean the space, get things sorted, but also have relationships with youth, come in and grow themselves.
We were able to walk just a short distance from where their main location is right now.
Right
and
across the
see-
street.
Yep. And they took us around the back and showed us the whole place under construction. It
It's
was
amazing.
so it was awesome.
It's amazing.
They have it fully thought out. Thank you. Ooh, nice and warm. Yeah. Ooh, these floors are so pretty. Oh, I love that.
Great, right?
That's really
getting.
When you walk in,
Yeah.
they have it thought out where the youth, where they walk in, and then the options to go different directions. So it's not like you always have to go through this room, because they recognize, you know, some days they might not want to really be talking to
Interacting with a
people.
lot of
They just
people,
want to
yeah.
kind of go their own direction.
Every single step with HomePlate, they engage the youth and ask them, what paint colors do you want? How do you like the style of the furniture? What are you looking for? And they get so much feedback, so they can really tailor everything from the new building and just all the programs that they offer to what youth are actually looking for.
And to have that like ownership over it and mastery of their own life, right? We want them to feel like they are in charge.
There's a name of an organization, but then there's kind of like a spirit and a heart
Yeah.
that makes the organization.
Totally.
And with everybody we spoke to, you can tell these are the right people.
Yes, they
you know,
have the
in line for
energy
for
that's
the mission.
needed to make the youth feel comfortable
Yes.
and successful and feel loved.
In episode 4, we were able to meet with Seema and 4 other women of Project Never Again, and it was an experience.
Yeah.
And if you haven't gotten a chance to see that, you definitely want to go see that and learn about what they're doing and their stories, their upbringing. And it was really impactful. And a lot has happened since that time.
Yeah.
So Seema's been able to tell us, we were able to have coffee with her just a couple weeks ago, how much the community has come along the journey
Yeah.
with her, and it's been really cool. But that's not the only reason we are wanting to meet with Seema again today. We have a massive surprise for her. She has no idea
Yeah.
about it, and she is going to find out later on. But first, we're going to go sit down and talk in the same room where we got to talk with them
Yeah.
the first time.
So after the interview you did, the video, the community awareness it created is like simply amazing. We have had, for the particular week that the interview was airing, hundreds of emails, calls, website visits, social media. It just like totally took on a life of its own. Created a platform, almost opening up the door and telling people it's okay to talk about it.
Yeah.
We're here if you want to, because I received so many emails, calls where people we call back. They just wanted to share. They just wanted to talk. All of them said they really felt heard. No one has ever asked them, how did it make you feel? You know, when you ask that question. And I think it really, it was very powerful in terms of knowing that someone does care, even if it's after the fact.
So many people have reached out to her just with their own stories,
Yep.
and I just can't imagine what a beautiful, overwhelming feeling that's probably been for her. But also, like she said, after one of the episodes aired, like she had 150 emails that she had to go through. That takes some time, but it was really great to hear the update.
What has the response been from those other 4 who, along with you, got the message out, and now seeing some of the stuff that's happened since that time, some of the positive momentum the organization has been able to gain?
So a lot of them within that circle, their own friends and family did not really know.
Whoa, some of the stuff that they talked about last time we were in this
Yes.
room?
So as we're sitting at the table, we know we have the surprise planned in the back of our mind, and
Oh
we
my
wanted to get
gosh.
to that point.
Yeah.
But then she got us wrapped up in the actual updates again
Yeah.
when she mentioned that the other women who were involved in that day had heard from family members saying, we didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know that's how you felt and that's what you've been living with.
And that's
That
the
really,
thing, what you've been through.
hit me.
So when that came out, it was almost that level of compassion and awareness. And I had, they told me that they had friends who said, how can we help? So granted, you know, now they don't need help, but there's so many other kids that do.
So we're getting closer to the end of the update portion with Seema.
I'm thinking about it again, and I'm getting all...
Yeah, so this is how Bethany was
Anxious
the
and
entire
nervous
time at
again.
the table. Her leg is actually kicking me at the table
Over
as we're
and over.
talking.
And I'm like fiddling with my hands, and I
Yes.
keep trying to like put them down
But
because I was so nervous and excited.
Yes, but we have a plan in place.
I
So the
know.
plan in place is update finishes. We let Tyler, who's behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
behind the camera, his job is to say, can we get some B-roll of the place where you kind of store
they
your
put their
bags,
bags.
where the warehouse is. So maybe we should tell you what we ended up doing.
Okay.
After we met with Seema and the other 4 women last time, and they mentioned to us that the goal is to get 10,000 bags to cover every child in Oregon in foster care.
Yeah.
We really just wanted to try to help them get that. And that day, it was a Blazer game day, and I run into our newly named CEO, Dwayne Hankins, and we crossed paths, and I was like, I gotta talk to you about something. And I told him all about the conversation we just had and said, is there any way we can get this done? And right away, he jumped up on it and connected me with Andrea and staff within the Blazers to try to make this happen. And they were able to contact Adidas, tell them what was going on. Adidas was able to eventually see the episode, and they wanted to be a part of really blessing Sema and Project Never Again.
It's months away. Our
Okay.
packing is August, but due to how things are right now, everybody's running out of inventory. The prices are going up like super crazy. So we had to order our bags now in March, because if we waited, we'd
wouldn't
end
get
up,
them in time.
Yeah.
That morning, she had just ordered all her bags.
Yeah.
We didn't know this
It
was
was
happening.
crazy.
She had just placed her order, which she had gotten help from the community, but not so much help that it covers all their costs, because they have so many other costs than just the bags. That's not the only cost. So she had ordered it, and it cost $8,000 more this year
Than last year.
just because
from
of
inflation
costs
and-
rising.
Yeah. I could not contain myself.
Yeah.
Like I knew when she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so
Because
awesome.
she needed to cancel the
Yeah,
order,
like,
first of all.
please.
So Tyler does his job.
Yep.
You said that there was storage here at Sunrise for what you have when you were talking about Sunrise and the
Yeah,
support.
only when the bags come in.
Do you have some here that I could get a couple shots of?
Of the bag? No.
Yeah.
Just
And then you almost blew it.
Because Seema was like, man, she didn't get on board right away, because
Yes.
obviously she didn't know what was going on, and I was like, no, this has to happen.
She was gonna try to force her into the warehouse.
immediately.
Yeah.
Just the,
And
but can we just see
and
the
just
warehouse?
the storage
yeah,
room?
see what it looks like. Oh, I don't know if it's open. Okay, we can walk over there and see.
I am just thinking everything better go right. We better not run into anyone who already knows about this plan that might say something. It better work right. There needs to be enough lighting. I'm just like going through everything to make sure that the surprise.
That was going on in your head?
Yes. So we're walking in the warehouse. The lighting isn't that great, but you and me, we walk right in because we know what's in there.
But we
And
hadn't been in there yet, though. So
yeah,
this is
we
our
had never
first time in there.
seen-
We didn't know. We knew what was in there, but we didn't know how it was set up or anything. So it's not like we could plan ahead of time. All right, I'm gonna go left and you go right. Like, it was just all on the spot.
Seema just stood by the door. She's like, why are you in here? What are you doing?
What is this?
Meals on Wheels.
So these are all meals that will go out to people?
I don't know what's in there though.
What do you
She
want?
wanted to go inside the warehouse.
And we're like looking at the boxes, going through, just staring at them. Oh, what are all these? She's like, I don't know, they're not for me.
It says defense 2 medium duffel.
Yeah, it's not mine. I hope not. Is it?
You just ordered yours today, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sunrise Church. No! It says Project Never Again.
All these boxes say that?
Yeah?
That might be because it's the 10,000 bags from Adidas for you.
What?
They gave 10,000 bags.
Oh my god!
And they're here. For you.
You brought me here to film this?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! How did you get it done?
You got
You
it
got
done.
it done.
Oh my
It's
You got it done.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
This is amazing.
These are all your bags.
Yes,
They
yeah.
they caught wind of what you were trying to do, and your story with the other women really touched them, and they wanted to be a part of it.
It was seriously like Christmas morning. I don't know another way to describe it. It was like the absolute best feeling, and seeing the reaction on her face, like when her eyes filled with tears, it like makes me get emotional right now thinking about it, that it took in 5 years, this is the year that they would hit 10,000 bags. And right here in the warehouse, there's that many bags just waiting for her. It was just like, she deserves this. Children that are entering foster care deserve this.
So that order you just made today, you can
Cancel
go cancel it.
You
Go cancel it. Go cancel it.
We were both like, oh my gosh, I hope she can cancel it in time.
You go cancel. Now that $8,000 can go to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nearly $500,000 of product from
Yeah.
Adidas that they gave to this organization.
It was just amazing.
To help with kids all across the state. That's how you use your platform if you're Adidas for good. So you got a lot of people in your corner.
Yeah.
A lot of people in your corner. Sema has never been able, and Project Never Again, to gather all the bags that they want to be able to gather.
In
they
one
hadn't
year,
been able
yeah.
to. And that should not be the case.
Yeah.
Nobody's paid an organization. All they're trying to do is help young kids coming up through the foster care system have a different and better experience than they had.
Wow, you guys make things happen.
You make things
Yeah,
happen.
that's the thing.
This is all you.
This don't happen if you didn't lead the way.
That's right.
Wow.
We've been affiliated with the Trailblazers since 2016, and without question, the most exciting part of it, even more exciting than Damian Lillard shooting from half court, and Nurk Duncan and Anthony being the most improved player in the league, playing like that, and all of these things that are fun on the basketball court, the most exciting part for us is the level of influence it gives to be able to do things like this. Because without the Blazers and their support in this, we don't know the people to go and like really make this thing happen. So that's why we've always been appreciative of the leadership, because it starts at the top, and it used to be Chris McGowan, and he was amazing, and now it's Dwayne Hankins. People at the top of leadership who understand our platform, not just in the city, but in the state and even across the country and across the world, and the responsibility that comes with that. And I'm grateful that we have leadership there that lives in that all the time and can make a day like this happen for such a deserving woman and organization.
You let me know how we can thank them.
Yeah, I'll let you know, but I'm sure that they're not even looking for thanks. They just wanted to be a part of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody's looking for thanks. We don't need a thanks. They don't need a thanks. Like
Being here is our thanks.
we're
We
all
were so
attaching to
excited.
you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, I should have known what you did to elevate.
What you did to elevate. Poor guy.
Like we harmed him.
He's like,